of the day. It's going to be game number 8. Keep an eye out for RRQ, because if they get 4 in a single day, it's absolutely unfathomable. But for now, let's head over to PB and 7 for all the action.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of day number 2. I know you are hype at home, and wait until you see this plane pad, PB, and as always, that plane is going to go ahead and pass by and drop a nice Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Make sure you go ahead and check it out, because I've been playing with it, and I've been
playing with it as well. It's super, super smooth for this game. We've got a nice little phone float through the arena. Look at that, a little different perspective this time, checking around the back of it. Wowzers indeed. Here we go, RRQ being the focus of the plane, and we'll see where they drop this time.
The plane pad is pretty much actually going to go a little bit north. Interesting stuff. I want to see what LHW and CPT do, as it is a little bit farther away from where they're used to landing. But overall, teams like GTW are going to go ahead and just be right on the spot. Also, Wildcard that we saw do great in the last game. Can they go ahead and continue to go pretty much do that? Lucifer being able to go ahead and knock out 3 players by himself, and then the whole team just finishing off everybody.
Looks like RRQ is going to be going to Pachinki, and they're possibly going to have some company.
Yeah, they're definitely going to go. Something that we actually don't see that often. RRQ taking the center area there with Pachinki. Surprised by that. They might start getting more comfortable. They might start playing like their style that they're used to, which I'm looking forward to seeing that. Are they going to go ahead and continue to get the win, though, is what it comes down to. And luckily for them, nobody, and absolutely nobody besides them, is landing Pachinki.
Indeed, we've got Yasnaya once again occupied by Evos, and it looks like we've got the familiar CPT going down south, as well as LH looking to go south as well. It all depends on what kind of vehicles they can find.
As we do see Cloud9 very close by BTR, they're going to go ahead and just try to fight out this car. Whoever gets this one first is going to be huge, especially if for some reason Cloud9 decides to go ahead and turn around on that compound. It might not be a good idea, because BTR was able to get there first, and they're more than likely going to have some guns, and all Cloud9 has to show off is just a car. Look at that. BTR just letting them know we're here, even if it is with a pistol. Back up a little bit.
That P93 showing some 9mm that way, and C9 happy to just get out of town, and they're going to go find a compound to loot up at. That's one thing that I'm noticing. C9 really kind of having a poor showing on the looting aspect. So early in games, they're just kind of being forced off of popular loot spots, driving around right now to maybe Novo. They might be going south here.
It's going to be interesting if it is.
I mean, we might see LHW down there already. I'm not sure. It looks like they have actually beaten them across.
LHW is right behind them. So it's going to go ahead and be who gets to Novo first. And this is what I like to see. Cloud9 is known for going Novo. They're going for something that they're comfortable with, and they are going to go ahead and be able to beat LHW to it if they keep going at this speed. LHW sees that. That's pretty much the case. I don't think they're going to go ahead and challenge. They're actually going to go for it.
They're going to go to the north side of, the south side of
Interesting plays here by LHW. Even though they see another team nearby, they're still going to go for it. And look at this. Both of the teams just going in. LHW doesn't care. Another team, don't even worry about it. We want those kills, baby. This is going to be something to look out for.
They are happy to fight for it. They are going to loot up here just like usual, but this is what I was talking about with Cloud9. Happy to see them challenging for some decent loot rather than roaming around the fields trying to loot up little houses, solos. They're taking the team. They're going to loot up a popular spot. I'm really curious to see how this works out.
Something that they're a little bit more used to, and they have to watch out, because as you mentioned, LHW is going to be towards the south, and Carnage already with an M4. He doesn't have any helmets or any armor, so more than likely needs to go ahead and find those before he takes on LHW. As we know, they're known for getting the kills. And look at this, RRQ just getting everything to their advantage, getting Pachinki all to themselves. As we've seen here, Full Send already pretty much getting knocked there. One of the players from Full Send, and we go back to LHW and C9 as C9 is just clearing those crates.
You're probably going to see them stay down on the ground level quite a bit. They want to keep their location hidden as long as possible from the enemy. As soon as you give out intel on your location, these guys like to swarm. They like to set up flanks, and they are quite good at it. You can see Ace on the top of the roof right now looking for just that. He's looking for intel, looking for these other guys. He's got his UMP. He really doesn't have a lot of stuff on him. Level 1 helmet, level 1 vest. But he's just there to point out where the enemies are for his teammates.
In another fight here between KWCD and Wildcard. We saw Wildcard coming hot in that last game. Can they go ahead and continue that trend as KWCD currently has one of their players knocked down? Wildcard deciding not to push yet as it is early in the game. They might not have what they need, right? But KWCD using that to their advantage. They're going to go ahead and just pick up that player, and look at this. The Japanese team has Ali Pocket from full send. Pretty much cornered. They're going to try to get there from every angle possible.
They sure are. They've kind of staked their claim in Severny so far, and with a lot of these neutral plane paths, that's been reachable for the most part. So Japan able to, claim their territory and protect it here. They've got 2 kills already to their name, taking out 2 members of Full Send, trying to close down on Ali Pocket right now, and they're doing a tremendous job of closing down that gap.
And something we have seen there done by Ali Pocket before, just waiting in the corner. Here we go. Nanatu comes in. Oh, Ali Pocket, he's able to take her out. Ali Pocket is gonna go ahead and finish somebody there from the Japanese team and get 1 kill for them. That is good. I think that might be the 2nd kill of the tournament.
That was a really, really rough go, but Nanatu's got to check that corner when he comes into the room. That was something that you do in every house like that. That corner room is the only place you can really hide upstairs. So you got to check your corners when you come into the room. He pays for it, but unfortunately, in the process of vaulting out the window, he gets stuck in the window and is finished off. I was surprised to see him get finished there.
And luckily for her, she did have an AR, and as we noticed, another teammate there from Full Send, they only have a pistol, so more than likely, she is hoping that nobody comes in through that roof.
Taki's not making that mistake. Look at him pre-firing corners at this point.
They learn. They definitely learn as he is using the shotgun at the moment. And look at this. GTW against Gainstar. Sute once again starting to overextend a little bit there from his teammates. He has to watch out because he's super close to GTW. And another thing to point out, LHW is also still in Novo with Cloud9.
CPT free to loot up military base all by themselves. Once again, military base has a load of good loot, so probably why they're consistently placing well in these final circles. CPT really having a free run at one of the best spots on the map.
Nobody challenging them as we see Carnage just pretty much waiting patiently, trying to hear any footsteps. He does have the Scar L now and also the Tommy gun. We saw the Tommy gun being used earlier as now LHW is starting to hunt down Cloud9. Interesting place here by them because they won the early engagement, and that's something I love seeing. Early engagements, especially if you have the loot and you can definitely back it up. Look at them. They're just tracing them.
Carnage is in trouble.
To be fair, Cloud9 is starting to rotate, except for Carnage. Carnage is going to have to pretty much clutch a 1v4 here as LHW finds that flare gun that they're known for, and they're more than likely going to go ahead and try to find some more loot, or if not a vehicle, because they are currently outside the zone.
Yeah, they are not going anywhere, are they? Firing off a flare gun, and they are planning on rotating away from these guys. They're going to stake their claim. They're going to fight for it.
Yeah, they're there to stay. They've been going there the whole tournament, so more than likely they're not going to be going anywhere else. As we see GG and Galaxy very close by. GG Amesh Note9 sees somebody from the Galaxy team. Is he going to go ahead and take this shot? He has to watch out. He gets actually hit first. He has to watch out because another player from Galaxy is going to go ahead and come out from the top right-hand side.
This is a really random spot to be fighting. Look at the buggy scooted. Wow, the tricks. It didn't really pay off for him. Galaxy hiss from up on the ridge. Sala with a valiant effort there doing the 180 pit stop, but instantly knocked him and Charisma. Now they're in a serious pickle.
GG there, just pretty much having, hey, you know what? It's our time to push. Boy, did it backfire as now 3 of their players are knocked down, and I'm looking forward to see if Galaxy is going to go ahead and finish them off because he has to watch out for Kuwait. Kuwait is very close by, and he is overlooking Galaxy Kong, which more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and say it, they might sacrifice him.
You know, Gur there looking, he knows exactly where the shots came from. He's going to see if he can get some finishes.
He's definitely getting shot more. He takes out those smoke grenades that they're known for, and he's going to go ahead and just smoke it up. He definitely wants to pick up his teammate. Great movement here, but surprising that Galaxy is not finishing the players from GG. You always want to go ahead and get those kills. As we're seeing this now, they're taking off their players. Meanwhile, Galaxy is saying, you know what, let's wait a little bit longer. I think we're gonna go ahead and have them bleed out. But at the moment, you want those kills, you want those points. Galaxy now is starting to back up as Kuwait is pretty much holding them back.
I'm impressed here with these shots. M16 with a holographic sight on it from range. He's able to connect and get a finish as well as put pressure on Gur. What they're doing, though, is leaving those players up. There's only one guy left alive, and they know in order to have any chance at this game, he's got to revive him. So he's got to push down, and they know the path he's going to take, so they're just going to watch it.
And the Japanese team here engaging with BRK. BRK in a horrible spot here as all of the players are starting to go down. I believe that might be it for the BRK team. Boozy pushing forward. He gets knocked down there by the Japanese team. The Japanese team taking out BRK, PB.
Really strong showing from Team Japan to start off. 7 kills already.
Woo.
Wow, they came to play, did they not? And they also are down a member and still wrecking shop.
They definitely want to go ahead and get those kills. And look at this movement here by Cloud9. LHW still south, but they're going to be a little bit towards the east, and they're also going to be inside the zone. I think LHW is still looking forward to see where Cloud9 is at. And as we see Rolex starting to roll back around, baby, and trying to find that car, that vehicle, so they can get out of here. Are they going to go ahead and engage, or more than likely, they're actually going to go ahead and leave, especially since they are outside the vehicle. I mean, outside the zone.
I like it. He leaves, takes their car, and he's going to get out of Dodge. Really smart play here by C9. They're going to leave LH with fewer vehicles. I think they still may have one, but they're going to take that colorful UAZ. That's a pretty skin.
If you want to stand down, definitely go ahead and wear that. Look at that. Ooh, that fire. That fire. That's definitely from the Halloween event that we recently had in PUBG Mobile. Once again, if you haven't downloaded the game and you're watching at home, feel free to download it. It is free to download. And make sure if you do have a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, let us know. How's it like? How many kills have you been getting every single game? As C9 Rolex decides, you know what, let's go ahead and, we don't want to go ahead and do one car. Let's do 2 cars instead. We see what happens if you stay just in one car, as Evos is just raining shots on somebody with a motorcycle. The Trace Evos just knocks him up. That motorcycle says, what do you think you're doing, boy? Back up a little bit in Hot Jukes here in the pickle. He tries to go ahead and pick up one of his teammates. Interesting place as he's currently going up against GT Akan. GTW keeping their eyesight on Hot Jukes and Wildcard.
Interesting spot in the sniper tower right now. He's able to try to smoke out his teammate, and look at that. He connects through the smoke, finishes off outside. A really nice job keeping the pressure up from Ed there. Wildcard in trouble here. Hot Jukes trying to make his way out of trouble, and they are caught in rotation, it looks like, by GTW.
They are definitely caught. Hot Jukes actually was trying to hide behind that buggy, but it backfired because GTW is starting to flank around. And look at this. Hot Jukes is telling his teammates, you guys need to come and pick me up. If not, you guys are going to have a nightmare here of a game, especially if you only have 2 players left. They need the kills. They definitely need the kills and the placement.
Looks like Chushi looks like he wants to push. He's a little unsure if his teammates want to leave that position.
This zone's going to be interesting. Up north, pretty much smack down the middle, a little bit to the east, but definitely up north. Rosshawk, Severny, shooting range. You got Yashnaya there. School barely in, and a lot of teams are starting to rotate. And Cloud9 is not even going to be able to wait there on the bridge. And look at this. Lucifer and Seagut are trying to go ahead and spot out. More than likely, they are going to go ahead and let Hot Jukes die there. It's not worth pretty much going back there and engaging GTW, especially if you already have 2 players down.
Definitely. I'm really kind of interested to see where LHW went. They were not on the map, so I'm curious if they grabbed a boat since some of their cars got stolen and headed up the shoreline.
It could be possible here as we got KWCD going up against BTR. Actually Torty. Torty with the big Russian bot. Are they going to be able to go in and take on this? Once again, the UMP coming into play. He has a red dot. This gun is great up close, as we have been able to see it, as great as far away. Torty Broxy shooting there. He's going to be able to go ahead and connect some shots. He's able to go ahead and finish 2 there through the window. He has to watch out. You can't get too cocky. He should get in there, but instead he stays out for too long and gets knocked down himself by Evos, as Evos is just coming in to start cleaning up kills.
Watch Evos here as they approach this compound. They smell blood in the water. They know a squad's weak, and they just weakened the second one. They are going to try to take advantage like you wouldn't believe here. Bull Shark firing the Car 98 from range. Look at that. Connected with Pro Dodger there.
right on him with that Car 98. That was a beautiful shot, ladies and gentlemen. And Torty wants to go inside that house and finish up those kills for the big Russian bot squad. Look at them. They're trying to find an entrance. They also have to watch out for Evos because Evos is definitely going to go ahead and turn around. And look at this KWC going right behind them. He's not able to go in and connect those shots, but Torty definitely connecting those shots and being able to knock them down. Oh, the shots there by Evos.
Look at the angles.
Rotations.
Look at the angles. Ernie drove all the way around to the ridge. I was just going to comment on another squad being up there, but it was actually Evos. Ernie, the leader, rotated all the way around to get an angle on these guys while his team crashed the compound. Beautifully done. Expert play from Evos here.
Great awareness there by Evos, as Evos is pretty much going to go ahead and come up and just knock down all these players. Ernie goes down. Ernie gets finished there by KWC June. As more players are coming in, he is using that tummy gun. Can he go ahead and get the finish? He's still pre-firing. He turns around. One of the Evos players opens up that door and finish him off. He has to watch out though. Big Russian bot is still lurking around, but Evos with already 7 kills, pretty much getting the angles and cleaning up. If Torty even moves, they're gonna realize that he's there, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be good night, Irene, baby.
You gotta feel a little bad for Ernie there, putting his team in such a great position, calling the the awesome move to push there, take advantage. They do find themselves on the winning end of a couple exchanges. Unfortunately, he goes down, gets a quick finish on him, trying to get that kill moving out of the compound here.
Definitely, and they're just looting. They're waiting patiently. Torty is just looking at that, looking from that corner. At least he doesn't have to worry about his back. Although if they decided to, Evos could come around, jump in right next to him, and maybe make him push out. He does have this Car L, which is good, and he also has an extended mag right to his name. So if he needs to go ahead and take up more than one, he can just go ahead and do so.
Don't scope in whatever you do, bro.
Yeah, just hit fire.
Don't scope in. They're going to hear it. You can see him.
Hit fire. They jump down. He takes some shots. He takes some shots. He gets knocked out there. Misses the shots as Evo's Bull Shark jumped out. You had to connect those shots there, especially because you're the last one for your team.
Felt like it was a little premature on the trigger. He heard multiple sets of footsteps there, and he took a poor shot on the target that he did select. Obviously that's a difficult position to be in with 3 people surrounding you, and he was just trying to make the best of a bad situation there. But ultimately he goes down. Another squad polished off.
It is what it is, as we see Hero with the name 4 driving around, getting to the safe zone as fast as he can, and more than likely he's going to go ahead and start rotating towards the compound or something that he's more comfortable with. And LHW, interesting place here by LHW, as they are just now starting to move out of that South Island. Interesting place for sure there by him.
They went down south and looted up the small buildings, as they always do. Zone played no factor at all. They did not care.
They didn't, and they actually went a different bridge. I haven't actually seen them take that bridge before. More than likely, they
did it a couple games ago.
They might have thought that Cloud9 might wait for them, but that wasn't the case. And also, they remember CPT was waiting for them earlier. And look at this. We got Seagut against BTR. BTR very close by. Seagut currently getting huge kill there by Seagut. He has to watch out because BTR is going to go ahead and start pushing forward. Great awareness there. He starts healing up as soon as he can, and BTR just backs up.
They're going to leave.
They don't want anything to do with that.
They don't understand that that's not a full squad there. They just know that one of their guys was out front, got picked off and finished. They're probably not aware that Wildcard only has 2 members left.
Don't want any of that in Dagesnaya. Wow, what a hardship. Pretty much every single team besides CPT, Illuminate, and Hero are outside. And look at this, Cloud9 barely.
Cloud9's going to tip their cap to PUBG gods right here and say thank you, because that's a very nice zone for them, especially with the way they rotated. They've got an easy path in.
They do, and look at this. They're just pretty much trying to figure out how do we want to go ahead and handle this. We do have the height advantage here. We just need to go ahead and push a little bit more towards the zone. We have the vehicles as well, so they definitely have the advantage here. They also need to start getting more kills, though. They currently have 0 kills because their placements hasn't been that good. They need to get more points if they want to be on that big money, PB.
Going to pick up their last comrade, Sam, here. We'll see if they go snag him or if he's got his own vehicle. But they will be moving around to try to grab position. Hero already positioned in the zone. It looks like got a nice little warehouse compound here.
As we also see here, I was seeing game starts. And look at this, Evo's getting some shots there on RRQ. RRQ with one of the players down early. Is he going to go ahead and try to finish them off? He is trying to. RRQ this
Look
is
at how
one
they
thing.
snap to his aid.
Yep, they don't want him to go down.
Oh,
and
look at the
Evos
push.
is going to go ahead and push. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready because here comes the push by Evos. Our RQ starting to back up a little bit more. They also have to watch out there for Gainstars. Evos just starting to snipe them from afar. Look at this. The M16 with the 4-time. That is just deadly. And
Oh, they landed the Car 98 shot there on Senior.
He got
And he gets him again, connects with the M16, knocks him, and Bull Shark landing a shot on Senior. They are in serious trouble now.
They were able to go ahead and flank. Look at Evo's X there, just at the top of that hill, draining those shots. Great plays there by him, getting those angles. Imagine if Gangstars was to push this right now. They might be able to go ahead and clear up some kills there from RRQ, but then they would have to worry about Evos lurking around.
Look at X all the way up on the hill, top left portion of your screen. Really love the angles that Evos creates when they're taking on these squad fights. But remember, they did lose one of their players. Ernie went down a little bit earlier, thirsted over that last compound, so they can't be quite as aggressive as they normally are. And guess what? They're going to choose to rotate away.
They
want to get out of the red
around.
zone. They do not want to risk getting killed by that bomb zone and getting RNG'd out of the tournament.
Interesting plays there by him. If they did have a compound nearby, so they could have just went into the compound. And look at this. They just passed Gainstars as Spyra and Angry are waiting patiently. Interesting plays there by Evos as they decided not to go ahead and just kill RRQ or at least push the action for a second there. I thought they were going to go ahead and do so, but hey, it is something that we've seen before, right?
I like
saw
what they're doing.
RRQ there not kill earlier Evos and just decides to back up and not finish them off.
They're driving around the field right now trying to find shots from somebody, trying to figure out what locations people are in, and this is a little bit interesting. Gangstar's huddling around a shack right now out in the middle of nowhere, hoping to get the zone. We'll see what happens. RRQ is going to be left to get picked back up, and we'll see if that move comes back to haunt everybody, including Evos later on. Wouldn't it be interesting if they were able to come back and win yet another one with 3 players?
It will be interesting as they do have GTW passing by. They're pretty much just trying to see what suit you got on. Let me see if I can get an angle on you, and if I can, I am going to go ahead and push you. I think they're just trying to get different angles here, PB. They noticed that one of the cars is leaving, and you know what? They're saying, let's just go ahead and leave it. Let's go somewhere else. Let's find a compound that we can go ahead and take over.
Yeah, you see at the same time he's looking back and he notices RRQ kind of taking off from the compound, noticing that they're going to be on the move as well. Not worth setting up a perimeter there and trying to keep him contained. RRQ content to move, grab some trees. They're going to set up shop, trying to make the best of what they can as all the compounds are likely already taken. Now we see Team Terror here making an approach on Illuminate from Thailand. This is going to be really interesting to see how this develops. Will Terror finally get on the aggressive and start trying to capture some kills? If
they were able to get those kills right there, it would be huge. As we saw earlier, Amit being able to win and get a high place in there for Team Terror from India. Look at this. Torpedo is actually starting to put the action a little bit more. One thing that I'm seeing here is they're both pushing towards the same place. They need to start flanking around. They can't just be going towards the same angles. You want to get different angles on this squads. He does have the VSS, but they're being timid once again. They're backing up. They're already inside the car. And look, interesting places there by him. It seems like they weren't communicating. One of them gets inside the car, and the other two just pretty much stay up there trying to find more people.
Lucifer content just to watch from the sidelines right now. Wildcard a little bit exposed out there, and Terror seemingly not focused out behind them at all until now.
Terror now turning around. They see Wildcard. They see Seagut. Seagut needs to go ahead and jump into the car as soon as possible. And as we see that there, Wildcard is trying to make it like bandits. You don't want the gunfight. And now that Terror has shot those, guess what? Illuminate is gonna turn around and say, hey there, we've been waiting for you.
Indeed, it's one of those things that you might want to fire some shots on that car you see out there in the middle of the field. They are incredibly exposed. Maybe you land one, maybe you knock them out, but you also give away your position and the element of surprise here. So Illuminate definitely knows they're coming. Wildcard content to try to stay on the edge and work their way in, again, holding out for a higher placement.
And Katarina pretty much just being a Bush Wookie there. You currently watching at home, spam some Bush Wookies in the chat as GTW just passes her. They have zero clue that she's there. And Terror Squad is gonna be in a pickle here. If for some reason GTW sees them and Illuminate still sees them as well, they're gonna go ahead and take those shots. And look at this. Ooh, come on. You know you want to take that shot. You have the AWM. Just take one shot, knock one down, and that's all she wrote. There you go. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. The Terror Squad getting so much shots, getting that kill, getting aggressive for Team India.
There we go.
And that's something I love seeing.
Oh, but behind them, GTW is going to take advantage, knock a couple Oh, this is trouble now.
This is definitely some trouble. GT though, you heard those shots, and now Team Terror, after being aggressive, they're on the defensive here. Gets shot down. Six got barely being able to go and finish off that person, and I think that might be E there.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
Quick work. GT Doyu just swooped in, knocked him right off the face of the map. Well, Terra did get one kill to their name with that AWM. It's a beautiful shot. Took his time, lined it up, got the finish. But GT was like, nah, we're not listening
As
to
we
this.
see that replay there, not missing a single shot, making sure he got both of those skills. And now GT though, you is gonna go ahead and find out, eliminate. As we see here, Lucifer starting to shoot into Gangstar, some North America to North America action, and Lucifer is gonna go ahead and try to get these kills. He's gonna start pushing a little bit towards the edge and trying to get his angle on him. And now we're switching to Illuminate and GT the U, as we also see LH the U getting some kills and CPT getting some kills on Carnage and Cloud9.
Really good action right now. We got shots being fired. Wildcard really looking like they're in trouble right now. Another Alm shot there by CPT, taking out Rolex. Looks like GT is content to fire some shots out into the open, and so is RRQ here.
RRQ currently with just 2 players up. One of them got knocked down earlier, and one of them got actually eliminated. And look at this. They're just pretty much watching that area as Suze and the Gangster Squad is very close by. And look at this push here by BTR. Seeing Evil, he's going to get that finish. He wants those kill points, but now he's starting to get shot from inside. He lays down, he blows up the car, and Evo's just trying to make sure they stay alive a little bit more as they only have 2 players left. And GT Akan with that AWM just knocking out Lucifer and telling them, you know what, go back to the lobby.
Man, really impressive stuff from BTR. They're coming up, securing the kill, getting the finish, and also managing not to get knocked themselves. King stays alive. He's able to patch himself up. Zuxi is down. They're playing with 3 players now, and you can see RRQ. We got D2E fighting, but he's also low HP, going to try to patch himself up.
And GTW currently outside the circle, Cloud9 outside the circle as well. A lot of teams with this hard shift southeast outside the circle, they need to go ahead and start working on positioning. We see teams like LHW already in the circle. Can they go ahead and get some of these skills with that grenade thrown?
Seagut's in trouble.
Seagut currently by himself. It would be better if he just got in that car and get out of there, because you are not going to be able to take on to that many teams. It's not just one team. It is multiple teams around Seagut. Just get in that car and bounce, baby.
I don't know, man. If he gets in that car and leaves at this point with this many people around, it's going to be trouble for him. That's going to get exploded and quick. But maybe he might have some angles here to escape. Tough to say. Evo's X is doing that exact thing, leaving Bull Shark behind, but he's going to take off, distract some fire. CPT getting some shots in here. They have really good position at the upper part of this mountain. They're looking down, trying to get some shots in some advantageous position here.
CPT does have to watch out because LHW was coming up, and I'm interested there. CPT took some shots on LHW. They heard shots up north, and they just turned around, and now they're going to go ahead and try to engage their Cloud9. And look at this, RRQ versus Evo's passing by. Luckily for them, it's only just 1 player inside the car, so you can't shoot and drive at the same time. They're going to go ahead and move around as we see Kodo there get a knock with the DP28. Can he get the finish? That's what it's all about. And we do have an airdrop super nearby. RRQ trying to work on their positioning, trying to get that back-to-back wins in day number 2.
Really good positioning here from RRQ using that cliffside, but they have company behind them, in front of them. This is pretty hectic right now. Japan's Doggy goes down to the play zone. And there is the nades coming in from Bull Shark. This is going to be trouble.
Evo's just raining nades, raining bullets. And look at this. They are able to go ahead and knock down some people. CPT knocking some people down there from Illuminate. There comes more grenades, more shots as CPT is trying to go ahead and take down Illuminate. And Evo's currently trying to fight RRQ. Evo's trying to get an angle on him. He sees one. He takes him out. Evo 6 wants more kills. He's not able to see him because he has the smoke, but he has to watch out. Senior is known to just maybe laying on the ground and being able to destroy you, and Wildcard actually get taken out there by the play zone.
Superior position here from Evo, but they really can't do a whole lot about picking up his buddy here. Look at all the lines of sight all the way around here. Everybody can see up to that cliffside, but as long as nobody's paying attention, he might be able to sneak off a revive. RRQ at the bottom of the cliff here, trying to patch themselves up, trying to find better position. They need to try to start to work their way around, it looks like, to take on Evo, so they're just going to continue to get picked apart from directly above them.
Evos, just as you mentioned that, Evos X tries to lay down, and they're just raining it on them. Interesting plays there, as Evos X was picking up Bull Shark. Evos Bull Shark just dropped the smoke for him. So love seeing that teamwork there. They are definitely communicating with each other, letting them know, hey, tell me what you got so I can go ahead and help you out. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have 7 teams left. Get hyped because this is the final game of day number 2, and it's about to get crazy as we see RRQ starting to blow up their cars. They need those to their advantage, and they definitely need something because they only have 2 players left.
Their position's crazy. I mean, they're in such a great spot right now in the circle. The cliff is definitely an advantage for the teams above them, but now Evo's down to 1 member. CPT pushing in from the backside, the highest team up on the hill. CPT looking like they're in the most commanding position of anyone.
And something that we haven't actually heard much of, LHW getting one of the players knocked there. And look at this, LHW just sneaking around, trying to not get spotted by CPT. If CPT starts taking his shots, they might be able to go ahead and eliminate their LHW, as LHW Ace is barely in the zone, and with Smokes next to him.
Still clinging to life down there as RRQ. You've got LHW in it, you've got CPT in it. Again, a lot of the same familiar faces each and every game.
And here comes the shot. CPT just pretty much shooting blindly there as the LHW player is inside the circle. And now they're starting to move forward. They want to go ahead and find everybody.
Look at this, Hero is still in it as well. 8 people left. Now, this is a little bit interesting. Hero finally cracking the top 3 here. Really nice performance from them, but they want more. Doc down at the bottom, Kenris down at the bottom. Looking at RRQ right now, and CPT again, really commanding position, but they do not have the circle. They find Hero first, and oh my goodness, is Hero going to get knocked, leaving RRQ in the top 2?
CPT looking dominant here as they do have 2 players left. Here comes the smoke grenades, and CPT, one of the teams that I mentioned, I wanted to go ahead and see what they did. They're going to get in that vehicle, and they're going to go ahead and start pushing as CPT is able to go ahead and clear their RRQ. RRQ is not going to be able to get there. The wins, every single win, they're not going to do it. It's going to look like CPT might be able to do it as they're pushing Hero.
CPT's got firm command of this when they drive down to the vehicles to get position, but they are going to be without weapons for a second. Doc gets knocked. It's down to a 4v1. CPT in firm control. Kenris all by himself. He gets seen. 762 knows exactly where he's at, has the AWM, lands a shot on his feet. Little HP left, and it's time to push CPT from China.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. CPT getting that easy win towards the end, as they were able to just go ahead and clear everybody on that area. CPT looking strong and recovering after they finished in the 20th spot in the previous game.
Now only 2 kills for RRQ Athena, but I can't say enough about their position, their patience, their perseverance. They made the top 3 when they really shouldn't have. They were out of position, out of the circle, a man down, and they still, with people right above them, their bitter rival, no less, Evos from Thailand, they still managed to outlast their rivals and make it into the top 3.
CPT taking the final game of the day, though, in the end. Well played by them. Some unconventional circles compared to what we've seen so far throughout the tournament, up towards Stalber, and in the end, CPT had a great spot 7 to be able to play out the rest of that
They
situation.
definitely did. They pretty much have the height advantage the whole time. We saw them being able to eliminate their LHW, being able to eliminate RRQ, and then once they did that, once they knew that it was only like a 1v1 in regards to teams, they just pushed the action. They knew they were only going up against 2. They had their whole squad ready, and they did just that, and they secured the win, and pretty much did a great showing. That's something I love seeing. I love seeing comebacks. That team didn't do so well in the last game, as I mentioned earlier. They came and showed, hey, you know what? That was kind of like a fluke. Don't worry about it. Here we go. Let's get this win and go into day number 3 with some momentum.
Nothing like a worst to first story right there. CPT going from 20th all the way to first. Really good stuff from them. You saw Evos looking like they were in a commanding position, firing down on RRQ's Athena. It looked like Evos had everything going for them. The shots were falling, and then all of a sudden, CPT who had gotten there early, they had gotten there higher, and they were able to rain down on Evo's parade and end their game.
And CPT is our 2nd multi-time chicken dinner winner. Wow, that rhymed. For this overall, and we do have them, with them taking the 2nd round yesterday, obviously, now taking this round as well. Let's check in with the highlights, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9.
As we see them just pretty much dancing away, getting ready, the team full send, just having a lot of fun, as we're seeing right there. They're definitely not getting the placing, so as Bandy mentioned there earlier, you know what? we're just gonna have fun with this.
And indeed they are having fun. RRQ Athena means all business, though, as they pick up another very high placing. Not a lot of kills in their name this time, but they're not spreading that at all. Look at that. Ollie out the window, in the window. Unfortunately gets knocked. Ollie Pocket, though, securing one of the few kills that Full Stand has got in this tournament.
And Ollie Pocket there with that great kill. And this actually pushed by Galaxy. It was great. It was smart. They were able to go in and take on GG and being able to go in and finish them off as well. But then they had to back up a little bit as Kawhi was coming in. And this push here by BRK. BRK, one of the teams that we expected a lot of. But sadly for them, it wasn't that well. And Evo's just shooting that player, knocking him out of a motorcycle. Yep, that was my reaction too. Just clap a little bit for that because the aim was insane.
Oh, look at this. This is how it went down earlier with Outsider GT. Man, that's just a tough way to go out. You hit a jump in a buggy, you get shot out of it, you really never stood a chance. Tough to see there for Wildcard. But RRQ here, out in the field, and like we mentioned at that point in time, would it come back to bite him? Yep, should have finished him. RRQ able to last longer than Evo's. Evo's had a chance to finish him off way earlier out in that field.
Definitely did, and then we go back to Evo's and just trying to pretty much finish off RRQ. Luckily for RRQ, CPT was pretty much at the height advantage, and right here the finish, ladies and gentlemen. As he's trying to heal up, he doesn't realize that his feet are sticking out. Look at him stretching and say, easy claps, baby.
Little neck crack. I got this.
That's right, absolutely. Impressive stuff overall in the end by CPT. And it's a big deal for them because obviously first place $200,000, but second place, etc., $100,000. And for CPT coming into today, they were third place. LH and GT had taken them over up until potentially now, so it could have some shake-up in the standings.
They had some great kills to their name that particular round, but more importantly, they got the chicken dinner, and that's their second one now. Again, like you said, the second multi-time chicken dinner winner, and that's very, very key because that allows them to potentially jump over the placement of GT and LH Doyu. Those guys seem to have a ton of kills, but again, remember, CPT's been putting together a heck of a run so far this tournament. Tons of kills. The only thing they have working against them is that 120th ranked finish.
And then towards the end of the day here, something I want to go ahead and point out is we really weren't hearing much of LH Doyu or GT Doyu. They kind of just faded a little bit away, and that's, I'm pretty sure RRQ has maybe passed them in the most kills overall for the tournament, and I wouldn't be surprised if CPT brings in that momentum from getting that win for day number 3, the final day tomorrow, and go ahead and try to get some more wins so they can maybe get to that second place. I'm not sure if they'll be able to get to the first place, but more than likely, they'll definitely be trying.
Yeah, really cool to see. And also cool to see the adaptation from some of our teams here when it came to that plane, which was a bit more difficult compared to some of the other planes. We kind of wanted to see a more difficult plane because everything had been so easy for people to drop in the locations that they wanted. So LH and C9 going all the way down to Nova was cool.
That was the one thing I wanted to point out as well. It was really nice to see Cloud9 kind of make an emphasis of getting together, grouping up, going after some loot in a decent location instead of random houses all over the place. Split up, and then you run the risk of getting picked off like Rolex did the previous game. This game, they went down, looted up Novo, actually stole some cars from LH Doyu. Didn't seem to affect them too much, but again, at the end, it didn't seem to help out their placement super high. I believe they went out in 12th place, maybe 11th once again, but again, C9 failing to crack the top 10.
And it's a good point that you actually mentioned there with them going out of that position because they did have a good spot up on Salva, similar to what we saw from CPT. But let's check in with all the stats for our day number 2 as a whole. Team kill results from the whole tournament. Let's see, LH Doyu at the moment up at the top with 79. RQ Athena just trailing behind a little bit, 7 with just 3 less.
You know, just 76. That is so many kills there. And they're also being able to put up the wins for it. And hey, don't shy away from it because GT Doyu is 59 and CPT is 58. And then in the 5th spot, far away, Evo's Burnout with 35 kills.
Exactly. You see the big divide between 4th and 5th, and that's where so many of these points have been coming from for that overall leaderboard.
Really, 15 points per kill is absolutely massive, and with these 4 teams at the top putting up kills like they are, that's really what's setting the pace for them. As you can see, obviously with those teams having so many kills, I mean, look at this. LH Doyu with 3 members in the top 10, GT Doyu, again with their several members in the top 10. Man, really solid stuff from them. And then RRQ Athena with 3 members in the top 5?
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
They have been pretty much just dominating the kills and dominating anything. Something I'm definitely